Victories of the day, March 28. 1. 1802, the discovery of the asteroid Pallas. On March 28, 1802, Heinrich Olbers discovered Pallas, the second asteroid ever identified, located in the main belt between Mars and Jupiter. Before this, the discovery of Ceres, the first asteroid, in 1801 was thought to be a fluke. Scientists didn't believe the solar system contained millions of smaller rocky bodies. Olbers utilized a refracting telescope to track a moving point of light that didn't match star charts, calculating its orbit to prove it was a permanent member of the solar system. This shifted astronomy towards small body dynamics, proving that the space between planets was not empty but contained the leftover building blocks of planetary formation. 2. 1836, the Wheatstone measurement of the speed of sound in solids. On March 28, 1836, Charles Wheatstone finalized the data for his experiments on the transmission of sound through solid metal rods, a milestone in mechanical wave physics. Prior to the 1830s, the speed of sound was mostly studied in air. Engineers lacked the mathematical models to predict how quickly mechanical vibrations traveled through different industrial materials like iron or copper. The system utilized a rotating mirror, a precursor to high-speed photography, to measure the minute time delay of a vibration traveling through a long wire. This shifted materials science toward acoustic conductivity, proving that sound travels significantly faster in dense solids, 5000 m/s in iron than in gases, 343 m/s in air. This achievement provided the core math for ultrasonic testing used today. It is the reason we can use sound waves to detect microscopic cracks inside solid steel bridges or airplane engines. 3. 1935, the first flight of the Gull-Wing PolikarpovI15. The PolikarpovI15 reached a world altitude record, a milestone in aerodynamic engineering and the physics of high-altitude flight. Before this, biplanes were limited by drag and lift-to-weight ratios that prevented them from reaching the thin air of the upper atmosphere. The system utilized a gull-wing design, where the upper wing curved down to meet the fuselage, reducing air interference and providing the pilot with a better field of vision. This shifted aeronautical science toward streamlining, proving that the shape of a wing could compensate for a lack of engine power by reducing parasitic drag. 4. 1979, the 3 Mile Island nuclear accident, safety engineering. A partial meltdown occurred at the 3 Mile Island nuclear plant, marking the most significant milestone in nuclear safety systems and human-machine interface (HMI) design. Previously, nuclear safety focused on mechanical failure. Engineers didn't account for how a confusing control room could lead a human operator to make a fatal mistake during a crisis. The system failed when a pressure relief valve stuck open, but the control panel indicators led the operators to believe it was closed, causing them to turn off the emergency cooling water. This shifted nuclear physics toward defense in depth, proving that safety is a combination of physics, mechanics, and cognitive psychology. 5. 2017, the first reflight of an orbital-class rocket. The first flight-proven orbital rocket, SpaceX Falcon 9, was successfully launched for a second time, a breakthrough in materials science and aerospace economics. Prior to this, rockets were disposable technology. Every vehicle was destroyed after one use. making space travel too expensive for most scientific research. The system utilized liquid oxygen, LOX, subcooling and titanium grid fins to steer the rocket back to a vertical landing, followed by a refurbishment protocol to check for metal fatigue. This shifted astronautics toward rapid reusability, proving that the thermal stresses of re-entry, 1600 Celsius degrees, did not destroy the structural integrity of the airframe. 6. Scientist of the Day, Charles Wheatstone, 1802–1875. Charles Wheatstone is the dedicatee of March 28 for his mastery of experimental measurements. While he is famous for the Wheatstone bridge in electronics, his work on this day in 1836 decoded how energy moves through matter as sound. He was the first to mathematically prove that the stiffness of a material dictates how fast information can travel through it. His legacy is the scientific instrumentation that allows us to see through solids using nothing but waves, turning a blind physical world into a transparent one. Victories of the Day, March 28.